Hi, I'm Post Time Skip Sam, and welcome to Post Week, a sometimes weekly, most of the time every other week, and this time it's been about a month, and let me tell you, it has been the greatest month of gaming. Okay, I mean, not necessarily the greatest month, but the last 30 days have been some of the best games released. We are going to be talking about Elder Scrolls Remaster, we're going to be talking about Marathon, Wildgate, Capcom Fighting Collection, Expedition 33, as well as if you are new to the channel, thanks to the One Piece opening video, we're going to be talking about some One Piece videos coming along the way. But let's first jump right in. Marathon. Let me tell you, Marathon is not fun. I was very excited when Bungie first revealed Marathon. I thought it looked cool. I was like, nice, dude, this is like a cool style. I don't play extraction shooters, so I'm like, this is going to be one of my first time diving into an extraction shooter game, and man, playing it, the visuals got in the way of the gameplay. I don't even know how that is. I'm someone who loves like crazy ass looking visuals. I love the colors. I love everything bright. The first time where they showed this game off, I was way into this game, but I really feel like it's just the visuals are way too cluttery for me to like see what's an enemy. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. So I wasn't actually a fan of Marathon, but I did want to talk about Marathon because I had clips for it. And originally I was going to talk about Marathon at some point, but there are so many more amazing games coming out. The next game I want to talk about is Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. This is my favorite Elder Scrolls game. This is in fact also the first Elder Scrolls game I played. I'm going to take you back to, when was it? 6 or 7? I was a freshman in high school. My friend tells me about this game on the Xbox 360. And he is like, man, I'm playing this game called Oblivion. And it's just this open world game where you're going off and you can just explore in any direction. And on one place, I was going down like a path and I saw this gigantic demons coming out of it. It was crazy because this is the first time I've ever played or even heard about an open world game. I've never even heard about an RPG that even is like this. So as my friend is telling me what this game is, this game just sounded to me like this infinite possibility. I was like, this game seems so incredible, so cool, that literally within that month, I purchased it on PC. And that was history. If I still had my Xfire account, Xfire was if you don't know, or if you're too young, Xfire was essentially like, imagine Discord, where you can instant message your friends, but there's no like servers that you join for chats, whatever. It's basically just an MSN messenger or like a text thread or whatever, right? But the purpose of Xfire was that it was the first time that a messaging software overlaid on top of your game. So as you're playing the game, you'll be able to message your friends and it will tell what games you're playing for your friends. So the thing that we've seen with Discord, with their activity presence, or with Steam, Xfire did it first. And the whole thing with Xfire that I love so much is it tracked the hours of games you played. To the point where if a game didn't officially support Xfire, I would do my best to make sure that in some way I can get my time calculated. And Oblivion was a game before Xfire kind of just collapsed and all that information is lost. I had over 1,000 hours of World of Warcraft and Oblivion. I played so much Oblivion and I haven't even beaten the game before, because the greatest thing about Oblivion is it's my first open world game. I've never played a game like this. So as I'm exploring, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just moving around. I'm just going to places. I'm not really following quests. I'm just like going, talking to people. I'm doing things. I didn't even know how the persuasion system worked. I was just like, yo, their faces are changing. This is fun. It is just so incredible. This was like endless possibilities. And even now, as I play the remaster, all of these memories are flooding back. It used to be at the time that you would download, I would say like 100 gigabytes worth of mods, where it'd be texture mods for like skins, environments, creatures, you would change like the leveling stuff. There are so many mods for Oblivion that I could not play original Oblivion without just modding the hell. And now finally having the remaster here where it has like all the best textures, it's exactly what I wanted from a remaster. I am just tremendously excited and happy about Oblivion. I have no plans to make an actual video about this because look, I'm just repeating myself how much I love this game. Now, I will say there is a big issue with this game. My hope was that they would incorporate some of the most popular mods in the community that really changed up the way didn't change up the way this game felt, but made this game feel more alive. Sure, they got texture upgrades, they adjusted a little bit about the way the skills work, leveling up is a little bit easier, and they also gave a sprint. But the one thing that was the most important mod when I played was called Better Cities and Open Cities. Essentially, as you're adventuring through Oblivion, when you want to enter a city or a town, if it's a really big city or town, it's going to have a gate. And that gate is basically your loading screen to enter the actual city. Better Cities and Open Cities not only improved the simulation that takes place inside, but also opens the gate so that there is no loading screen between you from the outside world and you going into the town. And that stuff was just absolutely incredible. And when you add Travelers of Cyrodiil out there, where as you're walking and adventuring throughout, you're seeing other travelers on your ways, it's just incredible. And so Oblivion is not a game that I'm rushing to play through. I don't even know if I even care to even beat the game for the first time. That's not of interest to me. This is my comfort game. I will always come back to Elder Scrolls. Now, let's talk about another game I played, Wild Gate. Holy moly. I do not know how to explain how much I fell in love with this game. This game is from Moonshot Games, which is a subsidiary to Dreamhaven. If you're unfamiliar with Dreamhaven, it is the game studio by Mike Morhaime, the co-founder of Blizzard. After he left Blizzard, he basically set up Dreamhaven Games, which has two sub-studios underneath it. One of the sub-studios, Moonshot Games, is making Wild Gate, and Wild Gate is the best multiplayer game I have played to date. It's a PvPvE game. Essentially, you are on a space crew with 3 other members, and your job is to find the artifact hidden in the map. And you are competing against 3 other space crews. You're going to locations that have like loot, right? It's like, oh, here's like a low, easy level loot. Each like small area throughout the map has like objectives to complete. When you complete those objectives, you get upgrades to your ship, whether you want to upgrade your turrets, whether you want to upgrade the health of your ship, whether you want to have basically a variety of different weapons and things to improve your crew and your ship. The cool thing about this game is that as you're exploring the world, trying to find the artifact, other players are also doing the same thing on the map. And so occasionally you'll run into situations where you're just in an outright battle. Get into the ship, you are both attacking each other, you have options to boost, to shield, you have turrets on the sides of your ship. There are so many different ways to destroy people's ships, whether it be shooting it, whether it be overloading the core, whether it be just causing absolute havoc. You can repair everything on the ship, but that means you could also break everything. So in the midst of chaos, your whole ship can be on fire, everything could be falling apart, breaking, you're screaming, and eventually your ship could just blow up. And you can see here that right now my team blew up this ship, and now we are going to go into the corpse of this ship to go ahead and loot it, because look, we are still on the trail to find the artifact, and we need to loot everything we can. This game is just absolutely so much fun. It's one of those games where I saw it being played, I'm like, this game is awesome. And then I played it, and it's just, not only is it stylistically super cool, I love the aesthetic of this game. You are just having so much fun exploring a space map and trying to find an artifact as other players are attacking your ship, I went through a bunch of the different characters here too. So what's really cool about this game is it has this wide selection of characters, and as you're playing the character more and more, you'll unlock different aspects of that character, which is super cool. So some visuals, it's just really cool, man. I really love this game so much. And all the characters look super cool too. They also all have different abilities and different skill sets. For me, I like the robot dude because he flies faster outside of the spaceship, and I'm always outside the spaceship. Oh, this one's also really cool. So you can get something called the turbine, which allows you to just like rocket outside your spaceship towards an objective, because you can fly anywhere. You can space jet your way anywhere, but it's gonna take you forever. And you're just too slow to actually chase a spaceship. So right now you can see I'm heading straight for this ship to take it over, because you can just one-man something. If you're good at shooting and you're pretty stealthy, you can go ahead and sneak into a ship. And so here I am, the best marksman and the best secret guy. Look at him sneaking in, shooting. Look how skilled that marksman is. A kill, an absolute kill. Excellent. And hear me sneaking through here. Ooh, throwing a grenade. Nice. Threw a grenade out to hit me. Oh boy, I gotta go around here. It's so much fun. Also, I thought I was gonna die here. Oh, there we go. There's the death. There's the. I'm really bad at this game, but I love it so much. Oh wait. Here's what it looks like piloting a ship. So what I really love about the ship stuff is that you have to turn off your shields in order to boost. So if you have to chase a ship, or you need to pursue something that requires you to use your boost, you have to turn off your shields. And I love that balance between defense and using your energy to catch up to someone. The sensation that you get as you're exploring, as you're moving along with your team, having the entire game be alerted that there is an artifact and showing you where it is, and having all the players converge at once to this point is some of the most hypest stuff, because you're freaking worried. You're worried that obviously if you go in there, people are gonna start firing on you. So you're like, okay, do I do some reconnaissance? Do I sneak into another ship, try to destroy their core? Like it's just this back and forth battle, but Wildgate has such a bright future ahead of it. For just having a community preview, it was my favorite multiplayer game I have played, I think, since ever. It just fits a great style of just being fun to play, even if I'm losing, even if I'm solo wolfing it or whatever. It's just still tremendous amounts of fun. So I cannot wait till Moonshot Games releases this game out. But man, Wildgate, you are so wonderful. Please come back. And speaking of coming back, Capcom Fighting Game Collection. Boy, howdy, they have done it. Now, yes, I'm having a remaster as one of I call this the greatest month in gaming. And I got a remaster, and then I got 2 other old games showing up. What the hell is that for? Well, I have such sentimental value for a lot of the games in this collection. That's a lie. It's specifically 3 games in this collection. The first game that we're seeing here is CVS 2. This is a game rewind back to when I was in 6th grade, which probably circa 2004, 2005, if my math is correct. This was my jam. This was my game. A friend of mine, Jeff, for his birthday, he wanted CVS 2. And being the nice friend that I am, I got him CVS 2 for his birthday. And we played this game. It was me and then a group of our friends all playing CVS 2 forever. And this game just meant so much to me in that time. And I didn't play this game for very long, but it's just such a core memory. And yes, if you're going back in time and you're like, wait, you bought your friend a game for his birthday? Are you guys rich? My parents were not rich at all. The issue is that I was a capital G gamer. I did not communicate with other people unless they played games. And this was also the same grade where I convinced everyone that that like you all need to play Wind Waker, because my entire 6th grade class was like, yo, Wind Waker's for children because he looks like a cartoon character. And it's like, and then I was like, well, I read the Nintendo Power and it said that the reason why he's cartoony is to show Link's expression. Like that was me in 6th grade, okay? Just so you understand where I'm coming from. So for me, my connection with my friends was like, we have connections with video games. So I'm like, do I like to my mind as a kid, there was no other present even like there was nothing in my mind besides getting a game for my friends, because I was like, that's the way we communicate. Funny enough, dude, my 6th grade was a very pivotal point in my life, because not only was I introduced to CVS2 because my friend wanted to play it, but also I was introduced to Ranma 1/2 and Dragon Ball, and I started reading manga for the first time, all because of this 6th grade class and the Wind Waker incident. Where, oh, and there's so much to talk about, but we're not reminiscing in the past. We're talking about CVS2, which is also reminiscing on the past. But either way, it was just such a big moment in my life that I always look fondly at CVS2, because I look fondly at that time in my life being so much fun. I wish I lost contact of those friends, because after 6th grade, right, I knew these guys for about a year and a half or so, and then I moved away, literally 2-3 hours away, and I did not communicate over the phone. So it was just like, goodbye, friends. I will never hear from you again. So, hey, Jeff, if you're doing well. Oh, we also, wait a minute. I totally forgot. There is so much in my 6th grade class that me and Jeff wrote a book. I'm covering up his name because, I'm not going to spoil his name, but we wrote an entire book in 6th grade. I don't know did we win? I know we got we got 2nd place. We got 2nd place. So yeah, we wrote a freaking book. It matters a lot, right? This stuff matters a lot to me. So CVS holds a place in my heart. It just represents a lot of what I loved about that time when I played CVS for the first time and gave that as a gift to Jeff. The other thing in this collection is one of my favorite games of all time. It is Power Stone 2. Now, in the collection, there are so many different games, but the 3 games was Power Stone 1, Power Stone 2, and CVS 2. Power Stone 2, absolutely incredible. This was a 1v1, basically a 4-player arena fighter where you are playing these variety of awesome looking characters, and your job is to collect 3 Power Stones to basically perform an evolution, an install as you would call it in the fighting game community, and essentially wreak havoc on your friends. And this was a game that me and my friend Daniel played every single time I went to his house. He had a Dreamcast, and on that Dreamcast there were a bunch of different games, and one of the games that we played together was Power Stone 2. This game I felt absolutely in love because of the bright colors, the wonderful characters, and just the goofy mayhem. Look at everything that is going on in this game, and that's not even it. This game has so many different stages that do different things. You are progressing through stages in so many different ways. This one was a Japanese castle going on fire, and so your job is to kind of platform as you're fighting players. And then even in here, you have only 2 people can enter that door. Otherwise, the other 2 get hurt really badly. All these things to just encourage you to continue fighting. And essentially, this game has a arcade mode. You are facing against 4 CPUs, right? And basically, if you have your friend with you, you're facing against 2 CPUs, right? And the 2 players get to proceed to the next stage. The next stage sometimes involves, for example, where is it? You running away from a giant rock. Sometimes stages will have you fighting a boss. This is one of the bosses in the game. Actually, this is the final boss of the game. Now, this is the one, I've never seen that final boss until literally when I was recording, because me and my friend Daniel would always lose at this. This game is one of my favorite games of all time. It's just tremendously so much fun, and the fact that this was just released by the day I'm recording this, I'm just so tremendously in love. Now, speaking of one of my favorite games of all time, I want to talk about Expedition 33. Now, I am not going to talk to you about spoilers. What you're seeing here is basically literally the first map of the game. So you're like, if you're new to this game, you're not going to get spoiled about any of the story stuff. This game is tremendously fun. This is one of the best JRPGs I have ever played. This is created by Sandfall Entertainment. It is a small group of 33 developers, which is not necessarily who made this game, right? There are 33 main developers, and this game was also had a bunch of different contractors as well to help shape this game the way it is. And my god, this game has not only the best music in any game, it has some of the best voice acting in any game, it has one of the best stories in any game, and it has the best turn-based RPG mechanics that I have ever played in a game. This game is a 11 out of 10. I cannot recommend this enough. If you love turn-based games and you love games like Sekiro and Elden Ring, freaking play this game. The reason why I bring that up is because in this game, when the enemy attacks, it gives you the option to dodge or parry. If you parry every single one of an enemy's attacks during its turn, you can do a counter attack. And you can also dodge, which basically allows you easier time than the parry. I am a player who loves risk rewards. This game allows you to increase your stats: vitality, might, defense, agility, and luck. And as someone who's like, just parry, I skipped out on leveling up my vitality and defense because it was like, hey, if I'm not able to parry, then what's the point of playing the game? So, boy howdy, did I just upgrade might and just freaking parry every single enemy in the game. And this game is so much fun, and it tells such a deep, emotional story. I'm gonna show you a brief cutscene here on your adventures. And this game is just, it's so good because your whole objective is that you can see right here, right? You can see the 33 off in the distance. Every single year, an event happens that kills anyone above the age that is shown on this monolith. And yes, technically in this series, I would have died. And you play as the Resistance. You play as, I guess maybe, is it a Resistance group? You basically play as expeditioners called the Expedition 33, which is basically like, hey, these are all 33-year-olds who will die next year, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna fight the Paintress and stop this from killing everyone else. Essentially is how it goes. And this game is just so emotionally, incredibly, not only draining, exciting, the writing is incredible. I want to so badly make an entire spoiler video just talking about all the emotions I felt in this game, because this game is truly something special. It's truly something amazing. I have never seen a game that looks this good, that the writing is this good, that the music is this, like, it is literally, to me, it is a perfect game. It quickly became one of my favorite games of all time. And I don't even care much for turn-based games. I'm like, turn-based games, like the turn-based mechanics are stuff that I'm like, I'm not excited for. I'm not excited for turn-based mechanics, but I'm here for the story, right? That's why I love myself some Final Fantasy games, because I might not like the turn-based mechanics as much, but goddamn are the stories incredible. And holy moly, for a first game from this studio, this is just absolutely insane. So I definitely want to make a video talking about how much I love this game, because there's just so much to talk about. But I figured here was just a great opportunity to talk about this game while I'm talking about some of the greatest games that are happening this month. So Expedition 33, absolutely incredible. Woo! So that was the greatest games that I played in the last month. Absolutely just banger after banger. But that's not where this video... I also watched Thunderbolts. And this is this was a trailer that came out 7 months ago, so I feel like it's not too much of a spoiler thing. Man, dude, if this Thunderbolts is absolutely incredible. I was burned out on, they messed up phase 4 or whatever it's called. I don't know. I think the only things I watched was like Multiverse of Madness, which I thought was terrible. Loki was great. Loki 1 at season 1 and season 2 was great. What else did I watch? I tried to watch Agatha and I was like, I'm good. I can't even remember any of the Marvel movies that came out. Like, I mean, I guess Deadpool and Wolverine still counts, but like, I still don't count it. But that was also very good. Either way, I'm hardly like, I hardly care about Marvel anymore. And Thunderbolts was a game when I first, or a movie when I first saw the trailer, I was like, I don't want to, dude, like all of these guys are nobodies. They're just trying to capture James Gunn's Suicide Squad. And I'm like, you guys are just like, it's so dumb. I was like, I'm done. I don't need to play. I don't need to watch this game or watch this movie. And then literally the day the movie came out, I'm hearing all these raving reviews about it. And I'm like, this is Marvel, right? And then I was like, you know what? Just on a whim, I'm just going to go see this movie. I'm going to just sit down, see this movie. I cried multiple times. This movie is not like any other Marvel movie. And that is so refreshing. This is not your standard Marvel movie. I hesitate to talk about, also, all of these characters in the Thunderbolts had their own like separate TV series or movies. I didn't see any of that. So I'm like being introduced to all these characters besides Bucky for the very first time. And they do a great job of just capturing these characters and making you fall in love and care about them. Because this movie, it hits you hard. This is not your standard Marvel movie. It is an emotional roller coaster, taking on some extremely serious topics to the point where I was like, did we need to have a trigger warning or something? Because we're getting into some dark, actual, like mental, like stress and emotional, like stress that it could cause for people to think back about moments in their life that kind of replicated some of what's happening with some of these characters. It goes incredibly, it's something I greatly appreciate. At the end of this movie, I cared about every single one of these characters and their journeys. And coming into this movie going, I don't care about any of these characters, to go, I care about all these characters so much more than the original, like the original set of Marvel characters. Like, sure, those characters are really cool, but if I wanted to get emotionally attached to characters, it's these characters here. So huge props to the team over at Marvel for truly making something absolutely special. That being said, I would not want other Marvel films to follow this formula, because this is such a unique film that if every single Marvel film after this copies Thunderbolts, it just feels like it just ruins the emotional uniqueness that this movie has, and it feels like they're just milking it. You know, honestly, I'm sorry, I don't mean to throw Pixar on the bus, but it feels like a Pixar thing, right? Pixar does emotional drama, emotional trauma very, very well, but when it's every single one of your movies, it's like, I can't handle this too much. And it also kind of just flattens some of it. And so that's what I hope that does not happen with future Marvel films. But Fantastic Four seems pretty great. So maybe Marvel's back. Hi there, One Piece fans. You probably saw my wonderful reaction video where the manga only reader reacts to every single One Piece opening. Well, look, I have a response to that video. I don't think that video was of my top best quality that I can do. And so I'm making amends. In the next couple of weeks, not only will we be reacting to the fan letter, yes, that is right, we have reactions to the fan letter. I am going to show you the fan letter. I have reacted to the entire fan letter. I am currently in the process of editing the video to a point where YouTube's not going to block it and hide the video entirely, but I'll also try to provide a link over on Patreon. I will have a link to the Patreon down below. The fan letter is not behind a paywall, so don't worry about that. And after I upload fan letter, we are reacting to every single ending. And yes, let me tell you about this video, because this video is going to be so so unique. This is not like my opening video. If you saw my opening reactions, I reacted to the openings for the very first time. But the thing that I regret about that video is that expectations were not set properly on what kind of video that is meant to be. And in fact, even using the manga only reader title kind of also skewed people's expectations of me and myself and what I think. This video is much different because not only am I watching these ending songs, we're breaking down the lyrics, we're talking about how the themes connect with these endings, and I'm appreciating every single ending as their own unique animation. It is an incredible time. This video is over 2 hours unedited long, where we just break down ending. And that is not even it, because despite this being all my endings, I am also going to be breaking down all the openings in the same exact way as the endings. This will be my ultimate appreciation of all the endings and openings for One Piece, and I hope you are all very excited to see that. My entire hope is that I'm gonna have both the fan letter and this video edited at the same time. That way, 1 week will be the fan letter, and then the very next week will be the endings and openings. So that is kind of how I want to plan it. And of course, you'll be able to see the full videos of both of these over on the Patreon. Once again, both of these will be available on the free tier. That is it. I'm very, very excited. Also, I do have plans for the One Piece movies as well. The idea for One Piece movies is that I want to do 1 to 2 movies where I just review it and I just talk. Basically, the way I'm talking like this and showing clips is exactly how I'm going to do it for the One Piece movies. So stay tuned to that. Now, I did say about 1 to 2 videos a month. I'm not counting May. We're gonna probably be starting this in June or July, but it will be consistent. That's the once I like my whole point. My whole thing is that I want to be able to record reviews ahead of time so that way I can have a steady release of videos. So that's why I still haven't released much of the One Piece videos yet, because I want that consistency, right? So that is it for Post Week. A sometimes weekly, most of the time bi-weekly, you know, at least this time it was like about a month show where I just talk about stuff that sometimes I'll make into a video, sometimes I won't. It really depends. I just like yapping. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Oh, here, fun fact. Originally, this video was going to come out last week, and it was going to be titled "I'm Not Built for Content Creation," because when I released that One Piece openings video, it was very overwhelming for me. That at the time of me looking at that video was about 11,000 views, and there were hundreds of comments, and some of the comments were pretty rude, and I have a tough time separating the comments from like attacking me personally. So I was just like, oh, that hurts my feelings. Eventually I just kind of dealt with it in a way that I felt more comfortable, which is just like, hey, I just chatted up with them. I was just like, hey man, sorry about that. Like, sorry that you didn't like this part of the video. I was trying to do my best, and I was just basically being open with people about like why I made certain decisions, and it felt pretty good to me. That being said, I don't know how many views that video is at now, because I just ignore that video. I'm just like, I spent so many hours focused on the comments of that video, focused on just making myself mentally sane for that video, that I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna ignore the video. What I find most fun is to make the videos and the content, and so I'll be perfectly honest. I still look at my comments of my smaller videos, but if it's a big video like that, I'm just not gonna look at the comments, man. Sometimes people, it gets a little bit too much, a little bit too overwhelming for me. I'm a very asocial person. I am not built for chatting with hundreds and hundreds of people. I struggle talking to 2 people. How am I gonna freaking learn how to talk to hundreds of people in the comments, some of which are being very, very rude? My body, I can't deal with it, so I won't deal. That being said, hey, if you're posting in the comments here, I'll chat with you. We will talk. I also have a Discord down below. If you want to check out the Discord, that would be cool. We just upgraded it. We added some forums on the Discord, which is really, really nice. So if you want to jump in there, that would be awesome. Otherwise, hey, thank you so much for taking time to watch Post Week. I really appreciate it. It is hot in this jacket, so I'm very excited to be able to take this off and come back next time for more Post Week. Like I said, Post Week is sometimes weekly. Okay, I got more information to tell you. The next Post Week you will probably get is, if anything crazy happens before then, most likely it will be the week of the Switch 2. I've taken the week off to play the Switch 2, so you're probably going to expect some Switch 2 related content on the channel for sure. I'm very, very excited to play the Switch 2, mostly to play old games like Wind Waker and Soul Calibur 2. Okay, bye-bye now.